The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition or give any medical or legal advice.
Our intro music is provided by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
Check out Night Dreams' website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com.
Your Saturday paranormal psychic and ghost hunter on Night Dreams Talk Radio Network, James CREACHBAUM.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. And this is Night Dreams Talk Radio. And hey, let's just get this paranormal party started. You know, last week I reported there was some booms from Kentucky to West Virginia all around. Well, guess what? Chicago down to Florida, there was more mysterious booms. And the Department of Defense, what else? The Geological Service and local authorities. Guess what? Just like the three monkeys, they hear no, see no, know nothing about it. What else is new? Now, let's get into this other thing we got going on here last week. In North Carolina, there was a pill-shaped UFO seen near Greensboro. Yes, a pill-shaped UFO. Well, maybe it was a balloon, maybe it was a UFO. We don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Now, let's talk about North Carolina. There was a 3-year-old boy lost mysteriously for 2 days in the woods. Now, he reports that a bear helped him survive in the freezing woods for 2 days. Now, these bears in North Carolina, they do hibernate. They're on a different schedule than the northern bears. But listen, here's the thing. Bears going into hibernation, they eat all the protein they can get. Coming out of hibernation, they're as hungry as you can get. They're going to eat whatever they can get. So people are saying, hey, maybe it was a Bigfoot. I don't know. You tell me what's your thoughts. With all that said, without further ado, we only have one guest tonight because the other, he got called to duty, so to speak. But here it is, Donald Martin. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. How are you? Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I've been looking forward to it. So just give everybody listening a brief summary of what you do and what you're about, man.
Well, our group is Southern Paranormal Investigations, located in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. You have to be here to pronounce it. Me and Doyle have known each other for a very long time. We went to school together and kind of not really grew up together, but we knew each other, for a long time. And our first investigation, I guess, together, he had had some tickets to a public event, and then he asked me if I had a couple extra tickets. And I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. And that kind of got me hooked. We had a lot of activity at that place, the Thomas House.
Wow.
That was my first investigation, and got me hooked, and we kind of formed a group and with some other people, and started doing investigations. And as you see a lot of times in the in the paranormal field, that I guess ideas and people clash for different reasons, and we kind of went our separate ways, and we formed Southern Paranormal, and we've been together for 5 years, and those are like the first few investigations we did. We went to several different places. I think Sloss was the first one we actually did together. We did.
How was that when your first one you did together at Sloss? How is that place?
Sloss, as far as the investigation wise, it was great. Travel, it's not in the best area, I guess I'd say. And it's a good place. I guess if you want to, get up your bucket list. The audio, with us, and we've talked to some other investigators that have been there, and it's like the same thing happened to them. The audio is just that you do there is just basically garbage because it's surrounded by major highways.
Oh, wow.
So you constantly have noise all the time.
So your like EVP work must be contaminated to all get out.
Oh yeah, you can't hear anything. All you hear is cars going around, and I mean it's trash. But my wife is in our group also, and she was with us there, and me and her were at the furnace where the guys had been reported had fallen in. The big furnace and burned up, and we was up there doing some sessions and all that, and of course videoing and stuff like that, and Doyle and some of the others were at different locations. So, I mean, the place is pretty big, so you can kind of split off.
Yeah, it is big.
Yeah, it's a big place. And, I mean, we were in different locations, and we did some stuff together in a couple of locations. The place, the flywheel where the guy got pulled into, it killed him.
Wow.
And then we did an investigation in there, or a EVP session in there. But at the furnace, my wife at one point, she was sitting there trying to communicate and everything. She said she felt a tightness in her chest all of a sudden. That's about the only big experience I think that we had there.
Right. Well, that's enough.
Plus
that's enough to open your wife's eyes, I'm sure.
Yeah. She's still, and we're all skeptical,
Mm-hmm.
on what we do and what we find, and when we do find something like whether it's EVPs or something on video or what have you, we go through a debunking process, especially the EVP stuff. I mean, you got to eliminate the possible contamination of somebody moving or somebody's stomach growling, which is a big thing because you
Absolutely.
really don't hear that,
right?
You don't hear that, but the person that's actually sitting there with their stomach growling, they're the ones that speak up. But a lot of times I think those get misinterpreted as growls or whatever.
You know what? That's a good point. People's stomachs. I mean, you do bring up a good point there, though. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can eat, and 20, 30 minutes later, I'm hungry again.
So you wouldn't recommend eating a bunch of tacos before an investigation, would you?
No, you'll probably. I mean, you'll catch them on. You'll catch whatever it is on the audio for sure when you start listening to it. And it's fun to me. I do the audio review, and Doyle pretty much does the video stuff. He puts the video stuff together,
mm-hmm.
and I'll do all our audio review. And we have some other members that don't go with us all the time, because we have it's myself, Doyle, then we have Troy, who lives down in Pass Christian on the coast, and then we have Kyle, who lives in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Rebels, or the Sharks, or the Bears, or whatever they call themselves now. Let's see, who else? My wife, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She works a lot for a company, and she's not always be able to get off and
right.
come with us.
Right.
She just got back from Houston. She was gone for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Doing some stuff over there. So.
Well, let me ask you this. You got more people? Go ahead.
Yeah, Gavin Brennan. He is in Brandon, Mississippi, kind of close to Jackson. He's a great guy. I mean, everybody's really good. We always worry about new people coming in, which we haven't had anybody new since. I think Kyle was the last new one, and he's been with us 3 years, I think.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're pretty well. So you got a pretty good crew of people that can come in and out, and if somebody can't make it, somebody can fill in.
Yeah, and everybody kind of has his own, bring something different, to the group,
Right.
Kyle's our holy guy. We call him a holy man. He's able to do blessings and all that.
Well, let me ask you this. Eric Cooper wants to know, how do you guys protect yourself, or what do you do to protect you guys yourself?
I guess everybody has their own way, because you got kind of different belief systems in our group. Most of us are Christian, but everybody has their own belief system, and we tend to say prayers and stuff before we go in, and as we come out, before we come out. I always make a mental note to, I'm going back in, one last time, make sure we got everything before we lock up and all that, and I'll go in and of course, I carry a recorder with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in and, just remind them that, you can't come home, you can't go with us, you got to stay here, so.
Well, speaking of that, let me ask you this. Have you ever brought anything home or had any of you ever picked up an attachment?
I have not, that I know of. There was a house that we lived in previous to the one we're in now. Something was there. We were renting a place, and we were there for, 6 months. And of course, the landlords, they didn't live in the area, and they were coming back to their old home place. Their parents had. They grew up there, so they come back, and they were sitting around and talking to us, and and they found out, we were in the paranormal, because she had started sitting there talking to us. It's like, have y'all noticed anything? It's like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean? It's like, and she got to explain to us about them sleeping there one night, very recently, before they come up to stay in the place when they were trying to get it rented out. We had a meeting with them, and said that they felt their bed shake, woke her up in the middle of the night, and I was like, no, we haven't heard or seen anything. It's like, now we did have one of our daughters had a friend over one night, which the friend lived right next door to us. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time she had ever slept over at somebody's house. And I mean, we're like, 30 feet away, to the next house.
Right.
And she woke up crying in the middle of the night, said she had, we just thought it was, the homesick thing. And so we called her mama, and she come got her, and, all that. But a few days later, she had said, the mama comes in and said, she was got scared, and said that she woke up and there was a figure standing, a lady standing there looking at her when she woke up.
Oh, wow.
Now, whether, it was a kid's imagination or just a dream or what, we never really figured out. But a couple of things happened. Kids had a piggy bank on a bookshelf in the hallway, and it was pushed all the way against the wall. And just, sometime in the middle of the night, we come back out and find it laying on the floor, busted. But I mean, you're good, 6-7 inches from the edge of the bookshelf. But
yeah, and I got to tell you something. If that thing was full of coins and it hit the dance floor, that got somebody's attention.
Yeah. With our kids, it probably wasn't full of coins, because they're probably robbing them.
Okay, that's funny.
But I mean, I did an EVP session in there before we left, and didn't really get nothing. Or didn't get nothing at all. Not really. We just didn't get nothing at all.